Welcome back to the Joy of Vinyl. I'm Rick Coste. Now get this, I read recently in a study by Illuminate Data that indicated 50% of consumers who have purchased a vinyl record own a record player. I'm no math genius, but what about that other 50%? Now, I'm not sure I completely buy those numbers, to be honest, but I have to dig deeper into the sample size and maybe how those questions were even worded. But either way, let's assume it's accurate. Why would that be? Is it the cost of buying a record player? It would seem to be one factor, and probably a big one, keeping some music lovers from investing in a decent system. But it breaks my heart to think of a vinyl record sitting on a shelf that may never have a chance to bring pleasure to its owner. So if it does really come down to cost, can you purchase a decent system for less than $300? You bet you can, and you won't have to do so with a bad sound. Before we get into how you can put together a system that you will enjoy for less than $300, let's get one thing out of the way. We are not talking about these kind of systems. These all-in-one systems should be avoided if, and I stress if, you want a good sound and are hoping to build a collection of vinyl records. Those type of systems are cheap. Yes, they are cheap. They're less than $100 and some are even less than $50. But there's a reason they're so cheap. It's because they're cheap. They're meant to look pretty. They're meant to fly out the door for the cost of a night out to see a movie. And they will hurt your records. So what are your options? Well, I'm going to start with a couple of turntables that won't break the bank and will provide you with years of happy listening. The first, and I've discussed this turntable in a previous episode, is the AudioTechnica ATLP60BK. Right now you can probably find one on Amazon for maybe about $150. I'll link to it in the description. I won't do a full review here, but there are some things to call out. AudioTechnica cares about music reproduction, and they've designed a unit that meets the needs of music lovers at an affordable cost. It's an entry-level unit, and it's the perfect starter turntable. It's belt-driven, it's fully automatic, and by fully automatic I mean you don't have to manually place the stylus on the record, you just press a button. When it reaches the end of the record, the tone arm will return to its armrest. You can replace the stylus if you wish, or if it wears out, should something happen to it. And you can easily switch between 33 1/3 and 45 RPM speeds if you happen to have both albums and 45s. The other thing that makes this a great starter turntable is it has a built-in preamp. And we'll get to why preamps matter in just a moment. But next up, and another favorite of mine for those new to vinyl or someone who has a collection, say they haven't played in years, is the Fluance RT80. And maybe it's Fluance. Anyways, it's a Canadian company. For a few dollars more than the AudioTechnica, the RT80 has a slightly better design, and I like that it includes a solid wood plinth. It has a solid feel to it. You can also adjust the tracking and the anti-skate, which is a plus if you're into precision playback and are not intimidated by it. One difference to note between this and the AudioTechnica is that the Fluance is not fully automatic. You'll have to move the stylus to the beginning of the record manually. But it does have an auto stop feature, which will stop the platter from spinning when it reaches the end of play. It's a really good feature if you fall asleep while you're listening, or even are hosting a dinner party and forget that the record's spinning. The Fluance RT80 also has a built-in preamp. So why do I keep mentioning the built-in preamp? What makes that important? Well, we do want to stay below $300, and a built-in preamp cuts down on the extra equipment that you'll have to buy. That leaves that out. The only other things that you will need with both of these turntables is speakers. And I'm going to make it really easy here and give my recommendation for affordable entry-level speakers. The Edifier R1280T speakers. I'd love to know how they come up with these numbers. Why not just give them a cool name? But regardless, I like the 1280Ts, and I've bought them for family members who are interested in getting into vinyl on more than a couple of occasions now. I mean, they're bookshelf speakers, and they're also powered speakers. This means that they need to be plugged into a wall socket, and that's because they have a built-in amplifier in one of the speakers, and you connect the speakers together to get the sound. Again, this cuts down on equipment you'll have to buy. You don't have to buy an amplifier. And because they are powered, you just connect the RCA cable from your turntable right to the speaker, and you're good to go. As simple as that. So it is possible, and you don't have to substitute sound for cost or worry about damaging your records. If your budget is a little bit higher, well, that opens up a few more great options, but we'll cover those in another episode. If you're new to vinyl, or if you have records that you bought years ago and want to listen to them again, let me know if this helped. If you have any questions at all, you know how to reach me, either by commenting here below or over at thejoyofvinyl.com. It's actually just joyofvinyl.com. So thank you for watching. And until next time, please take care of yourself and enjoy your records. Oh, I almost forgot. Don't forget to click subscribe. Okay, bye.